Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and we are enjoying life's journey while on the path to financial freedom. Welcome to my channel. If you're not familiar with my channel, I talk about goal setting, personal finance, and a little bit about our minimalist lifestyle. Today I wanted to share Dave Ramsey's baby step number 4. Those of you who have followed, I've already did a breakdown on his 7 baby steps. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, you can check out that video. I've also gone through baby step 1, saving your $1,000 starter emergency fund. Baby step 2, paying off all of your debt. Baby step 3, saving the rest of your emergency fund. And now we're on to baby step 4, which is investing 15% of your income. So I'm just going to talk briefly about what it is. Like I've done in the past, I've shared our story of how we accomplished that goal. We have not quite reached that goal, so I'm going to let you know where we're at and how we plan on reaching there, what we plan on investing in, and all of that fun stuff. Dave Ramsey says you want to invest 15% of your income. This is your total income. This is not your take-home pay, so think of before taxes. Okay, there's no main magic number, but he said 15% seemed to be a good number because it allows you to put enough aside to have a significant amount, a decent amount when you retire, and still be able to enjoy the money that you have now. Also, you're able to use some extra money for baby steps 5 and 6 and 7, okay, which we'll talk about in another video. So the first thing he said you want to do is you want to start off investing in pre-tax with your employer if your employer has a 401k. So 401k matching is what he said. So say your employer matches 4% with your 401k. So he says you put 4% into your 401k because they're going to match that. Then you're going to invest the rest into Roth IRA. So I recommend, if you can, pick up his book, The Complete Guide to Money, because he talks about the different retirement, the different retirement things, what they are. But basically, a Roth IRA is another form of a retirement account that you can do, but this is done after taxes, okay? So everything that you put in there, you've already paid taxes on it, so when retirement time comes, you don't have to worry about paying taxes on it. With your 401k, you will pay taxes on it later once you start taking it out. I'm gonna put the rest of it in there in order to max it out. So as of right now, 2018, the Roth IRA max is $5,500. Now, if you're married, whether both spouses work or not, you can both have a Roth IRA, so you both could invest $5,500, and so it's basically $11,000 for the year. Now, if your percent of your paycheck, say you max out that amount, you're already doing 4% to your 401k, but you still have some money left. Say you're 15%, say you still have, another $600 left or whatever to equal your 15%. Then complete your 15% going back into your 401k or any other of your employer's company programs. So for instance, my husband, they also have a PS or EPS plan or something like that. Basically, it's a employee partner plan, like investing in the company as well, in addition to the 401k. So I apologize, I have the initials wrong or whatever. So we could possibly invest in that as well. Now, if say you're a lower income and you've already invested your 15% and you haven't even maxed out your Roth IRA, well then you didn't really max it out yet. Don't stress about it. You're investing 15% of your income. Now, like I mentioned, I'm going back to whether you both work. So for instance, myself, so I primarily stay home, but I am self-employed. So Roth IRAs do require, income to go in there. So for me, being self-employed is a little different. But because my husband is working, we both can have Roth IRA. So if you're a stay-at-home mom and your husband's working, you both can still open up a Roth IRA. Now I'm going to talk about our situation, like I mentioned. So basically, my husband works with the company. They do a match for the 401k, but it is different. There's not a set percent. So it's not, okay, we match 4%. They do a profit sharing. So at the end of the year, the profit kind of gets split up between all of their members. So they said last year that it averaged that everyone got paid out about 60 cents on the dollar. So about 60% of whatever you put in is going to get matched. Now this can be a good thing. If say you're investing 10% into your 401k, then you'll be pretty much making more than those who the companies only invest like 4%. They only match 4%. Whereas right now, my husband's only doing 3%. I'll talk about that here in a minute. It's not really benefiting us. So I did a little bit of math, just some basic math, and basically kind of like doubled that and just said, okay, in order for us to get kind of that same match as someone that was getting a 4% match, we would need to invest about 8% into his 401k for it to be a kind of an equivalent match to that. And then if we can invest, like I said, we put more in there, then it'll be more. So right now he's investing 3%, and the reason we're not at a full 8%, and we're not doing our Roth IRAs yet, is because we're still working on baby step 3 of saving our 6 months worth of our emergency fund. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I made a whole video on that. You know, Dave Ramsey doesn't want you to start baby step 4 until you're done with baby step 3, because he says if you're investing all your money and you don't have any savings, then your investment's going to turn into that emergency fund. So I really understand why he says it. However, as soon as my husband started and he had access to the 401k, I just could not sit here and not do anything. So we're just doing a basic 3%, and then we're still putting a good amount aside for our emergency fund. So once our emergency fund is filled, it's probably going to take us maybe a year to reach the amount that we really want to get to. Then we are going to be increasing Ricky's 401k. Like I said, we're going to increase it to 8% with the 401k. And then we're going to go ahead and start putting money aside so we can open a Roth IRA for both of us. What to invest in once you get to that stage. And he talks about basically dividing up your portfolio into 4 areas and doing 25% into 4 different things, basically ranging from lower risk to higher risk. Since reading that book, I've also read The Guide to Investing from Robert Kiyosaki, and I've also read Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. So I encourage you guys, just when you get towards baby step 4, start learning about investing and start learning about the things that Dave Ramsey talks about: money market accounts, mutual funds. You know, find out what he's talking about. A lot of people talk about index funds. Some people might do individual stocks. They're focusing on dividends. So you guys need to start reading this stuff and watching videos and find out what is all of this jargon, right? What is all of this stuff? What does it mean? Find a professional if you really need some help planning. Myself, within Ricky's 401k, I have his money is being invested in 3 different mutual funds. One of them happens to be an index fund. It's the S&P 500, so it matches the S&P 500. One is a mid-cap, like a mid-growth one, and then one is like a world fund. Okay, so those are the three type that I have in his 401k right now. Also, what I took into consideration when picking them was how much they cost, okay, because they're not just free, they're going to cost you different things. So I looked at the ones that cost the least but had the highest return on average. 3 that we picked are kind of in the middle to higher risk. We don't have any of the lower risk things. We are younger, so we can kind of do a little higher risk. Also, our emergency fund and our house are more of our low risk investments right now. 2 of the funds that I have in the 401k do pay dividends, so every quarter you get paid a little bit extra, and I have those just being reinvested into the 401k as of right now. So like I said, you need to do your research and you need to find out what all of this means and get help from someone if you can. Dave Ramsey, they have, you know, people, they can set you up with people in your area that believe in the Dave Ramsey plan, and they can help you with all of that and answer your questions and make sure you're on the right path and what's going to work for you. Also, you know, this is a great book. It has some worksheets in there to kind of help you decide how much money do you need at retirement. One of Dave Ramsey's co-hosts, if you will, He also has a book, Retirement is Not a Age, it is a number, okay? So you need to find out how much you actually need. Dave Ramsey says 15% is generally a good amount of money. Now, if you are closer to retirement than I am, or say you're my age, you know, I'm 36, but say you still want to be able to retire early, then maybe you want to invest more than 15%. It just, you know, you're gonna have to see, but 15% is a good place to start. Like I said, we're working our way up to that. If you have any input on this whole thing, please leave it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. We're just getting started. I'm still learning about it. I'm no expert. Do not take my advice. I am just learning and doing what I think is good for us right now. It seems to be working out good so far. We will keep you posted. We do monthly progress reports, so if you're interested in how our investments are going, or how our emergency fund savings is going, or how baby step 6 of paying off the house is going, you can always take a look at our monthly progress reports. But as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.